Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy new moon, almost. We're like 2.5 hours before the new moon right now. I wasn't sure it was going to work. Yeah, I was caught up working on something, and then I had to rush to get here. But here we are. I intend for smooth internet connectivity today. I intend for concise audio and visual. I intend to have a positive and uplifting session with you all today. Smooth. That's my keyword for today. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Lindsay. Christine says, happy Friday, Jackie and lovely tribe. Kaz, oh, those birds are sounding great. I actually had a different track playing, and it just didn't feel right. So, yeah, it's Taurus season. We're ending Taurus season. We have a Taurus new moon. Taurus is nature. It's the middle of spring. Here's some birds. Good morning, Jackie. Or Jane. Wow. Brain. Good morning, Jane. Fiorella says, the birds in the background sound so lovely. Taurus everything. Yeah, we're going to talk about how hard the Taurus energy is today. Hello, Hazel. Hazel loves the birds. Yeah, this morning was actually really nice. It was warm overnight, so it was maybe like 60 degrees when I woke up, and it was drizzling. It was dark and drizzling, and it just felt nice. Because I read in the mornings, and I felt like I just wanted to cuddle up with my blanket and some... I wasn't drinking anything at the time, but I wanted like a hot cup of cocoa or something. And that just lasted a little bit, and now it's being sunny and the birds are out, so let me share the birds with you guys. I should have opened the windows more. So nice. Yeah, we slept with our windows open last night. We do that as often as we can. I love fresh air. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. Good morning, Courtney. Hi. Fiorella, good morning to all. I do have a lot to talk about, so let's jump in and talk about this Taurus new moon. Yeah, it's a doozy, I think, in a good way. That's my favorite part about astrology is that, okay, so here's how Pam Gregory puts astrology in general. The chart, what I look at to reference and make all these notes and everything, the chart is like a piece of music, and we get to play this music with the universe. So even though the notes are there, it's up to us how we create it, how we co-create it with the universe. Like the planets are just a blueprint. They do offer us energy, and then we have this free will thing, you know? So we get to choose. The mindset is so huge. That's just becoming more and more apparent to me through my personal life. So today at 10:55 a.m. Central Time, we have a new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus. So, new moons are always about setting new intentions and planting new seeds. Taurus new moons, right? Taurus rules nature, and the bull is the one who sows the land. And we've been sowing this land since April 20th, probably for the last month. Okay, bigger fan of new moon on Monday. I get it, Bonnie. Imagine if there's a Taurus new moon on Monday. That'd be so fun. So fun. So we've been sowing this Taurus land since April 20th when the sun entered Taurus. And this, I'll talk about it later a little bit more, but the fact that this new moon is happening at the very end of Taurus is like it's something we've been preparing for a long time. Even like lifetimes. We'll get there. But the intention that you set during new moons can be literally anything that you desire. Whatever your intuition is calling you to start in a new beginning, that's the new start that you should be focusing on today. Okay, so whenever like you listen to me or other astrologers blab about like the themes and everything, if it's not resonating, don't force it to resonate. Literally just go with what resonates for you. But the Taurus themes, if any of these resonate with you, setting new intentions about your resources right now. So either acquiring more resources, sifting out your resources. Maybe you have too many resources right now. Using your resources in new ways. But things like your skills, what you're able to do, what you're able to offer. Things like finances, using money as a resource to exchange for goods and services, and then just like the simple pleasures of your life as well. Like maybe you're so hyper focused on achieving, and right now you're just like, I need to take a day and go sit in the grass and watch the birds and listen to the wind, you know? Sometimes we need that for like 2 weeks at a time. So those are like the Taurus themes. And then you can look at what house 28 degrees of Taurus falls within your chart to give you like an extra step, an extra layer of how you can apply this, right? So you don't have to make a new intention directly where this moon is falling on your chart. It just gives you, like, if you're confused, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I'm asking for this time. And then I use my chart as a reference, as a resource, and I see what energy is available and I go from there. A couple things to note about this new moon. There are 6 planets in Taurus right now. It's like mega Taurus energy. Whenever there are 3 or more planets in a sign, it's called a stellium, and that just brings that extra energy there. So we have 28 degrees of Taurus, Jacqui. That's where this new moon is happening. So look for Taurus in your chart and then go to the very end. It'll be like right at the very end because there's 30 degrees in a sign. So right now in Taurus, we have Jupiter, the North Node, Mercury, Uranus, the Sun, and the Moon. 6 planets. So whatever seed you decide to plant here today is going to be supported by all of these planets. You're going to get that Jupiter expansion. You're going to get that North Node like pulling the highest, like pulling you toward your highest destiny based off of this seed. You're going to get Mercury allowing you to like think about this new seed, communicate, tell people about this new seed. You have Uranus trying to help you do it in a different way, right? The Sun is there to supercharge and light up the seed, and the Moon is there to help it feel into where it, you know, where it can expand. So it's a lot of Taurus energy right now. Suzanne says Mercury, North Node, and Sun are all natal Taurus for me. So you do have a Taurus stellium. You got a lot going on there, and now all of those planets are back. I'm sure this last, I mean, it's not just the last month where the Sun has been in Taurus. Jupiter just entered Taurus, so like over the next year, Jupiter is going to expand all of those things for you. Yeah. Heavy Taurus energy for you in general, and like all of this other stuff going on. The North Node has been moving backwards through Taurus for the last year and a half. Whew. This is actually going to be the last lunar event, so the last like new moon or full moon in the Taurus-Scorpio axis before the nodes move backwards into Aries and Libra in July. So the nodes of the moon have to do, they're always 180 degrees apart. I want to research what exactly they are. It has to do something with how the sun's orbit and the moon's orbit overlap. I just haven't looked into it, but they're always 180 degrees apart. The North Node is where we need to go as a collective to reach our highest destiny. Right now, that's in Taurus, so we need to be simple, basic, physical body, using what we have available to us. The South Node right now is in Scorpio. The South Node is like the karma that is familiar to us, but it's ready to be let go of. It's holding us back. It's literally across the sky. It's opposite from the North Node, so it's like that ball and chain. So right now, Scorpio, we are releasing like secrets and debts and things that we owe to other people type energy. So anyway, this new moon is happening in Taurus. it's not an eclipse. Eclipses happen when the moon is near one of the nodes. But it's the last time that we have like a full moon or a new moon with this node axis. Because in July, they're going to move backwards. So we're going to have the north node in Aries and the south node in Libra. So we'll talk all about that when that comes up. But this is just, this feels like the last hurrah for now, for the next 9 years, to receive this nodal support in this area of your life. Quick little lesson. I don't want to get too far off track, but I love teaching. So the nodes are always 180 degrees apart, and then it takes about 9 years for them to switch. So in about 9 years, the south node will be in this area of your chart, allowing you to throw the stuff out that no longer serves you. So it's kind of like you get like this 9-year trial period. Bring it all in for the, like when the north node is here, and then in 9 years you get to weed it out. So I guess it's really 18 years until the north node comes back to Taurus. So yeah. Yeah. So the intention that you set at this time might feel like you're unlocking some part of yourself. Molly McCord was talking about this, and it resonated so strongly with me because of other things that happened, but I wanted to share it. Like, unlocking a part that's been dormant inside yourself, like I really feel like there's some past life goodness that's ready to be brought into the light in this incarnation. Let me know. I'm going to read these. I'm on a flow right now, so I'll read the chats when I'm out of the flow. But let us know if that resonates with you. If anything feels like something is really shifting, like a whole mindset for me right now is like turning itself upside down in the best way. So it's because this new moon is happening at the final degrees of Taurus. So whatever intention you land on for today's new moon, I feel like it's going to be some sort of like advanced intention. Like the most advanced, intricate parts of Taurus. And I don't know, it's like a deeper part of Taurus, not to say it's like the highest step, because Taurus is basic and simple, but it's like this intention is helping you to get to a new level of what simplicity is, if that makes sense. It's like you've been working on steps 1 through 9, really steps 1 through 27, because this is at 28 degrees, in regards to your resources, how you use them, what you bring in, what you put out, how you bring them in regards to your skills, how you learn, how you use your skills, how you view your skills, and your finances, the same thing, how you bring it in, how you share it out to the world, what your mindset is about your finances. It's like this is the start of step 10. Like that's how this new moon feels. And right now in the sky, in like with all the planets, it's majority feminine energy. There's like a whole lot of feminine energy in the sky right now. All of the planets, with the exception of 2, we'll talk, all of them are either in water or earth signs. All water and earth signs have feminine receptive yin energy. The only 2 placements right now that are in masculine signs, we have Pluto in Aquarius, and he's even backtracking back to get to an earth sign, like, oh, get me out of here. And then we have Chiron, the asteroid, in Aries. So there's a lot of energy asking you to allow yourself to receive your intention, which sometimes feels unnatural. I have a lot of cardinal energy in my chart. I have a lot of like spark, go, do. I actually have 2 cardinal grand crosses, like a lot of energy with like go, act. So for me, this is difficult to sit back and receive. Laying off the action, laying off the aggression. Doesn't that sound like a permission slip for you right now? The skies want you to just set the intention, trust, believe, witness, and receive. I didn't even mean for that to rhyme, but I typed that out and I was like, oh, I like that. So for this, whatever you're intending for this new moon, it feels real big to me. I don't know if it's resonating with you, but it feels real big. The steps this time: set the intention, trust, believe, witness, receive. All right, let me read the comments, and then we'll get into what else is happening this weekend. Christine, you have your moon in Taurus. Diana, my sun, Venus, and Chiron are all in Taurus. I can't wait for Jupiter to conjunct it all this year. I love the excitement. Suzanne has Mercury sitting on my north node exactly today. That's beautiful with that new moon energy too. How are you thinking about what you have to do in this lifetime? Like what your final step is. Maybe this is a new time to shift that around. Vicky says, I have Taurus in my first house in just 28 degrees. What do you mean in just 28 degrees? Is that like where the second house starts? Hazel, I'm still learning. That's awesome. I have Moon, Venus, and Mars near the end of Taurus. Not sure. Not sure on the north node and south nodes. In my second house, 24 degrees. I'm still learning. I have Moon, Venus, and Mars near the end of Taurus. Second house, 24 degrees. So yeah, the Moon, Venus, Mars, and Moon, Venus, and Mars for you will be highlighted by this new moon. It took me a long time to learn this stuff too. We're all learning. I'm still learning. Susie, absolutely shifting in my emotional and spiritual paths. Yeah, to me it feels like real big and exciting. Fiorella, thank you kindly for your donation. Very much appreciated. You said Lilith energy big time. Lilith is still one of those planets, Dark Moon Lilith. I'm still learning about her. I kind of get the energy, but that's not where my intellect has gone just yet. Dark Love. Diana, what does Chiron and Aries do when it conjuncts planets? I have Mars and Mercury at 28 degrees of Aries and never thought about the impact of the Chiron transit to them. I don't want to get too far off of my Taurus new moon energy, but Chiron is the wounded healer, and Aries is the sign of independence. So right now the feel is like I want to be independent, but I can't for some reason. So if it's conjuncting Mars, that might cause a lot of aggression, and if that's causing Mercury, that can cause a lot of like internal, why am I not able to be independent? Lindsay loves that. Trust, believe, witness, receive. Suzanne, I feel like I'm coming into something. Vicky, sorry, I meant my ascendant. Oh, wow. Your ascendant. So this new moon gives you a new opportunity to view who you are, what your personality is, what your sense of self is, what version of yourself you choose to bring into this incarnation. Like this could give you a whole new sense of self in a way. Bonnie, I want to be independent, but I can't. 200% me now. Yeah, same. All right, so that's all about the new moon. We do have some stuff going on this weekend and coming into the following days. So I just want to touch on those. I don't want to get too far, but I just want you guys to have a heads up of what's going on. Okay, what does that energy shift into being able to be independent again? When? The nodes shift sometime in July. I think it's mid-July. Then the nodes will be in Aries and Libra for about a year and a half. So until the end of 2024. Trust, believe, witness, and receive. A lot of feminine energy in the sky right now. Tomorrow begins, or, you know, relative, energy is relative, but tomorrow is when Mars walks into a new sign. Mars is going to be entering Leo, and this is the fixed beginning of the fixed Grand Cross that's going to be in the sky right now for a week or two. So that means that there's like a big square in the sky. So what is here? We have the North Node and Jupiter at the early degrees of Taurus. We have the South Node at 3 degrees of Scorpio. Those are both fixed signs. Pluto is at 0 degrees of Aquarius. And tomorrow Mars is going to enter 0 degrees of Leo. So this is pretty much 4 squares in the sky. 2 oppositions that are both squaring each other. It's like a perfect square in the sky. Squares, as we know, can be uncomfortable. They are tension, but the tension is always there to help us grow and evolve to become the better version of ourselves, the higher version of ourselves. So this fixed Grand Cross, it's fixed because it's in all the fixed signs, the signs that maintain the stability of the middle of the seasons. So this is in Taurus, my brain just blanked, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So if you have planets at like 0 to 3 degrees of any of those signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you might be feeling this extra stuck and stubborn energy. The rest of us are still feeling it. If you don't have planets at those degrees, like this energy is still available. So what this feels like to me is like all of the most stubborn signs are playing a 4-way tug of war. Like you're literally going nowhere. This can feel like a standstill. This can feel like you can't move. This can feel like you're stuck in the mud. And this can feel like you might want to move, but you just can't, or you won't. Or like some part of you just like teenager energy, like, nope, I'm here. We're doing this way. Especially this Mars-Pluto opposition that's going to start tomorrow. It'll be there for a few days. But Mars in Leo, every sign, every placement has like the higher expression and the lower expression. The higher expression of Mars in Leo, Mars is the planet of action, Leo is the sign of the king. So the positive expression would be the active, generous king. I have all of this energy, I have all of this love, here's my full heart, let me help you with love. Okay, that's like the highest evolved. The shadow side, the lower evolved version of Mars in Leo, is like the aggressive, self-righteous, egotistical king. And whenever I think of the shadow side of Leo, I think about the animated version of Robin Hood with the king with all the jewels, the Tiger King, who's like little and wimpy, but he pretends that he rules the kingdom. That's how I see shadow side of Leo. So it's as Mars walks into Leo, Pluto is across the sky, still just like staring him dead in the eye, and Pluto is his elder. Pluto is like the higher expression of Mars, so this is an interesting energy here. Pluto has the stronger energy. Pluto is farther away from the sun, so he has the bigger orbit, he has the bigger energy. And Pluto is like challenging Mars to drop the facade, to drop the ego. And, you know, Mars, Leo, fixed. It can get, egotistical is just the word that keeps coming up. However, this can be alleviated beforehand by allowing Mars to fully release all of his emotions while he's still in Cancer. So I apologize for the late notice on this. This didn't like come into my awareness until the other day. But today, and then I don't know what time Mars moves into Leo tomorrow, but you can still do it tomorrow. But if you have some time, and if you have the energy to release some emotions, today might be a really good day for some shadow work. Just getting those deep emotions out. Allow yourself to express your feelings in some ways so that Mars can feel healed as he walks into Leo. That'll help alleviate some of this like egotistical, stuck teenager energy. Leo is a very giving, loving, just generous sign, even more so when the emotions are healed, even more so when it's not being triggered by traumas that it's hanging on to. So, yeah, Mars in Cancer has been there since the end of March. It's not the most comfortable placement for Mars, but today might be a good day for some tough love, letting your ego go, just releasing, leaving the emotions here in Cancer where they like to be. Cancer's a water sign, before Mars actually moves into Leo. So this opposition, Mars-Pluto, is also squaring the nodes of fate with Jupiter up by the North Node. So this is like highlighting the path of what we need to let go of, South Node in Scorpio, and highlighting the path, highlighting where the path is headed. North Node being amplified by Jupiter. So for a few days, you might feel just stuck in the middle. Like everything wants your energy at once. Like your energy is being pulled to 4 different areas of your life at once. And I invite you to embrace the pause. This is temporary. The planets move. The energy will disperse. But see what you can learn about your situation while you're in that stillness. Like allow the pause to happen. It's okay. You're not going to stop forever. This is just like a what the hell is happening kind of moment is how I'm feeling it. And then on Sunday, the sun moves into Gemini. And this, as the sun moves into Gemini, it's going to trine Pluto. So that's going to add some positive, harmonious energy to that whole situation. Pluto's getting a high five from the sun across the sky. And the sun is also going to form a sextile, a lesser harmonious aspect, but harmonious nonetheless, to Mars. So 2 of these planets that are in this Grand Cross, the sun is going to be positively aspecting Pluto and positively aspecting Mars. So this will alleviate some of that pressure. And the sun in Gemini, we'll talk about it when I come back on Insight Timer on Monday, but the sun in Gemini is all about just like letting your mind shift. So that might bring some freshness into how you're thinking about your situation, how you're perceiving your situation, how you're translating messages from the situation. Yeah. So that's it. I hope that wasn't overwhelming, but that's just a heads up of what's to come. I invite you still to focus on the new moon intention. Trust, believe, witness, and receive. So I wanted to ask our cards today, bringing it back to the new moon, what seeds are we ready to plant with this new moon in Taurus? And I just noticed we have 108 meditators here. I love that. It's a very esoteric number, to put it that way. And Bonnie, your dad is a Leo. That makes sense to what I've heard about him. Bringing it back to nature because it is Taurus season. We're going to ask the Angels and Ancestors deck, what seeds are we ready to plant with this new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus? Thank you, Bonnie, for your donation. It's very much appreciated. So feel free to send your energy into this deck. If this is your first time with us, I do group readings. So I am going to blend our energies to let 3 cards fall out of the deck for us. And then I'm going to give you the opportunity to practice using your intuition. So the whole reading is always for all of us, but sometimes when I show you the back of the card, you might feel a certain type of way. Sometimes people gets like a ringing in their ears. Sometimes it can be as simple as a muscle twitch, or you feel an itch on your body, or you just know, like right now you might have a number between 1 and 3 in your mind that you just know is a message for you. And your spirit guides talk to you using your whole reality also. So like if a crow caws, or if your dog starts barking, or if the screen glitches or something, like everything that's happening for you is to send you a message. And it's all just about how much you're willing to listen, how much you're willing to witness and receive, right? So when I show you the cards, you're going to see the same image 3 times because I'm showing you the back of the deck. I'm not not trying to give away what's on the other side of the card, but this is all to focus less on like your physical vision and more on your intuitive senses. Salvatore says a great release is dynamite meditation developed by Osho. Thank you for sharing that. I've heard of him. A friend who I appreciate his mind follows Osho. So I don't know much about Osho, but I intend to remember the dynamite meditation because that sounds cool for right now. Susie loves this deck. Oh, dynamic meditation by Osho. Thank you for sharing. All right, so I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. If any of them resonate stronger than the others, let us know in the chat which ones. So here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Kay says 2 already came up, and since I saw the back of the deck, my eyes have been very heavy. Interesting. I'll show the cards one more time, just in case. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. What seeds are we ready to plant? Let's see. Sarah 1, Vicky 3, Carmen 3, Chelsea 2, definitely. Brad 2 and 3. Mommy G 3, Susie 3, Candace 1, Jessica 1 for me. Full body chills. Ooh, Sarah says 1, Hazel 3. Jackie, I thought of this last night and felt 1 and 3. Prior to showing, I thought 3, 1. When you showed them, I felt 2. Maybe it's all 3 today. I wonder if 1 and 3 might have to do with whatever state of mind you were in yesterday. And 2 might, like if there's a different thing in your brain. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Allison 3. Noose 2 and 3, but 1 also. Carmen, I saw a flicker the second time for 1. Frankie 1. Nick 1 throat, 2 solar, and 3 root. Beautiful. Fiorella, number 3, when you held it up both times, a small triangle formed in the bottom of your palm and that drew me. Awesome. That's so, yeah, nice. Christine, all 3 for me today. Same exact bird song for all 3. Interesting. I think that's very cool. All right. Let's see. Okay. If card number 1 was resonating with you, or just in general, here's card number 1. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. The Shaolin Master. The message from this card is be graceful in movement and action. What seeds are we ready to plant? Slow and steady. Breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. The Shaolin Master calls forth the ninja within. Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and tap into the energy running through your body and preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. It also teaches subtlety, because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you are working on. The Shaolin master, like a monk, has respect for all things. He is disciplined and guided by his art and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. You are being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. I love it. If card number 1 was resonating strongly for you, your guides really want you to know. I even forgot my little forward saying. Set your intention, believe, witness, trust, receive. Or believe, trust, witness, receive, something like that. Yeah, just slow down. Life comes to you if you're open to receive it. This is also something that I've been learning as of late. Like, everything wants to help you, and a lot of the times you just got to get out of your own way. Like, forcing action towards a path that you think you're supposed to be on can be blocking abundance coming from a different avenue, if that makes sense. And it can be very scary to slow down and stop because you feel like you're never going to get on the path again. You feel like you might never get going again. And I can tell you through personal experience that that's the exact opposite of what happens. When you slow down and you allow the divine to start providing things for you, stuff just happens. And it's awesome if you witness it and you accept it and you allow it to come in. Jackie says, I've never seen that card. Sarah says it's so on point for me. Candace resonates for what has been happening internally for me all of Taurus season so far. Gina, this is the second time you've received this message this week. Yeah, slow down. Slowing down allows you to see more of the details also. So instead of just like I'm feeling the opposite of this card is like just reacting to whatever's happening. But instead of reacting right away, just back up and observe, because then you can see the whole picture and you're not just reacting to the one facet. Bonnie, we just read card number 1. It was the Shaolin Master, all about slowing down and taking a gentler approach. So what seeds are you ready to plant? However you're planting it, just drop it. And maybe every once in a while, like water it, pat the soil, talk to it. But you don't need to like check it every day and like dig it up and replant it and dig it up and just shh. Card number 2 today, what seeds are we ready to plant? Brings us the Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. Take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strengths. In shamanic traditions, a shapeshifter is either an animal that has the capacity to change between species, or a shaman who has the capacity to transform into an animal to go journeying. If there is a wild animal you are particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you can transform into one in your meditation or journeying practice to go exploring in other worlds. When you shift into animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and tap into the animal's survival skills to help yourself through a particular situation. You may have been through many challenges and lows, but now you are in a space of transformation. You are moving beyond your past challenges and honoring your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover the gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. All of your past experiences have only helped you see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform in ways that people least expect. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You are guided to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When this card arrives, there is also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note if you are seeing a particular animal regularly, it's because it's medicine it's coming to you. This is great. I wanted to share, I want to look at this real quick to see. So there's the hawk, the snake, the wolf, and is that the fox on the other side of the guy's face? I can't really tell. But I've done one of these shape-shifting meditations. I did a series of 3, and it was really cool. I learned this from reading Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. I feel like I've talked about that book every time I've been on here for the last couple months. Great book, wonderful book. If you are drawn to animals and if you would like to work with animal medicine, it's a big book, but a lot of it is a dictionary. So don't be daunted by how big the book is. But there's a practice of shape-shifting, working with your power animal, a totem animal. Okay, so I think a misconception is that, Kay, thank you for asking. That was literally what I was about to say. I think the misconception is that we have one spirit animal. No, you might have one, main spirit animal. They can also, Carmina, thanks. The eye markings look like badger. Cool, thank you. They also shift and change. So, when I was a kid, my favorite animal was a tiger. And at that time, I needed that tiger medicine. And then as I evolved and through other experiences, I work strongest right now with the wolf. But I have other spirit animals as well. I have other... So I don't know, the meaning of all those different words. Power animal, totem animal, spirit animal. But the way that I understand it, for myself... And this could be different for you. I have one spirit animal is the wolf. I have some power animals that I call on when I'm doing good work. There's a few energies that I work with, and for some reason I'm not feeling like it's appropriate to share them right now to keep it sacred. And then there's totem animals where I've been noticing a lot of, I thought they were sparrows, but they were purple martins. So I looked up the energy of the purple martin bird, and right now there's ducks everywhere. So I can tell duck energy wants to work with me. There's a blue heron that shows up at my neighbor's house all the time. So what is blue heron energy? Here you go, Mamji. So whatever. How do you know your spirit animal? Ask. It is, there's no right or wrong way to learn what your spirit animal is. If there's an animal, you know what you can do? You know what you can do? You can set the intention to the universe. Within the next 24 hours, please show me 3 symbols of the animal that wants to work strongest with me at this time. And then it's up to you to turn your antenna on and just notice what animal shows up 3 times or more. Give the universe a time limit. Give it 24 hours, 48 if you have a really long attention span, and just notice. Okay, I digress. This shape-shifting experience, I chose to use the energy of the wolf. So I went into a meditation, and as I was doing the whole guided thing, I imagined myself as a wolf. It was super cool. It was awesome. And then, in order to work with your spirit animal, honor it by reading about it, learning about it. Where does it live? What is it trying to tell you about, like, your situation? What does it feed on? Learn about that energy. Like, where does your fuel come from? What does your animal feed on? How do they interact in their families? Are they pack animals? Are they solo? Like, what energy is trying to work with you at this time? So, you know, I learned what I could about wolves leading up to this. And then you take one of the animal's prey and you assign that prey as something that you would like to get rid of in your life. Like something that, so like this was a while ago and I'm having a hard time remembering, but I remember I was shape-shifting as the wolf and I used a deer to represent like fear. So in my meditation, I was the wolf, I was hunting the deer, and I knew that once I got that deer and I was able to kill it and eat it and feed off of the fear, I was transmuting that energy into something higher. I was able to literally like digest the fear and turn it into fuel. Powerful, super powerful. So if this card resonated with you, I suggest looking into something like that, or just reading about your spirit animal. This card is a super strong invitation to work with whatever animal energy is calling to you right now. Don't be afraid of like choosing an animal. Try to work with it. If you don't like it, move on to the next one. You're not going to hurt its feelings. Jacqui, yeah, you can do an entire live session about spirit animals. I think I just figured that out. I don't think I like understood the depths of my animal knowledge until I started talking about all that. Christine says, I've done that and it absolutely works. I love that. Grain? I love your name. I wish I could say it. Do you know what bird is twittering in the background? I've been hearing it here in Ireland, but can't identify it and wonder if it's a sign. I have the same issue. I hear lots of birds and I don't know their bird song. And right now I don't. This is just called forest bird song nature sounds. So I apologize. Violet says, black bear and black snake. A couple of days later, a beautiful cardinal. I'm sure there are messages. Just because cardinal has been coming around for me too, cardinals work in cycles of 12. 12 days, 12 months, 12 years. Their eggs hatch in 12 days. So let's move on. That got me real excited. So be gentle and slow so far. Use the energy of whatever animal is calling to you at this time. Card number 3. What seeds are we ready to plant? Card number 3 is the Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Oh my god. Use your fears as prey in your animal shape-shifting meditation. Oh my god. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic god. This is Kyle Gray talking. The Hunter god is based on my favorite Celtic god, Cernunnos? Probably saying that very wrong. I apologize. He is the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the Hunter helps you connect with an energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So you have to come face to face with them, as the Hunter does with wild animals, and go beyond them. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the Hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there can be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as a male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as a female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Does this not validate the whole shadow work, release your emotions while Mars is still in Cancer energy? Come face to face with your fears. How do you do that? Using the support of one of your power animals. Whatever animal resonates most strongly. If it's the animal that, like, you know the most about, so you know, like, oh, I already know that this animal preys on this animal and it'd be easy for me to visualize it and do it. It's your first time. Go for it. Give it a shot. You know, if it flops, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you can try it a different way another time. But go easy on yourself. So the message that's coming through for the whole thing today. By the way, all of these cards are, like, this book has, what's it called? Like chapters, like different, types of cards. And these are all, the same little grouping. These are all part of the sacred ones. Just saying. But, like, it's time to start facing some fears, but go easy. Just pick one. Just pick one. Maybe that, like, and I didn't even mention this beforehand because I don't like putting my opinions on you until you've formed an opinion and then I share my story. But my new moon intention this time is to do shadow work. Like, that's it. Like, I am intending to heal this part of me. And I'm already thinking about doing some shadow work. And then here it is again. Face your fears, use the support of your animals, but do it gently. Like, don't be afraid. Step lightly. Yeah. The Hunter is another card I've pulled often. Yvonne, card 1 was the Shaolin Master. Go gently and easily. Card 2 is the Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. Let your power animals help you with facing your fears. Overcoming your fears. And it's like I knew. It's like I knew that this animal energy was going to come up. Because I already brought another deck. Archangel animal cards. I was already intending to ask what animal can help us while we plant these seeds. So let's give it a shot. If you're having a hard time landing on a spirit animal, or if this is an affirmation for you, we're going to ask the Archangel Animal Oracle cards. Which animal spirit can help us as we face our fears, as we set this new intention? Actually, this is, like, very auspicious. This new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus, it's at the end of the sign. It's an advanced intention. It's something that we're ready for. It's something that, like, we've been sowing the land for 27 degrees and now we're almost done. And, like, okay, if you want to reach the highest evolution of Taurus energy, this is the fear standing in your way. This is where you are. This is the fear. This is nirvana. Like, it's literally just, you just gotta hop over that fear. It's not that big. You know, it seems big because you haven't chosen to look at it. It seems big and scary because you're making it big and scary. Use your power animal for support. Thank you, Christine, for your donation. If you guys are enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they are always appreciated, never expected. They're actually very helpful at this time. If I don't know how my connection has been today. If it's been terrible, thank you guys for not making it a big deal in the chat. But I did just buy a new computer to help my Insight Timer transmissions and to help them be smoother and more visually pleasing and all that stuff. So your donations definitely have helped me do that for sure. So just saying that, I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my Insight Timer channel yet, you can click on my face wherever that is on your screen, bottom right-hand corner maybe. Follow me on Insight Timer. My link tree is in my bio as well if you want to subscribe on my YouTube channel. If you want to hop on my newsletter to see what I'm doing outside of this, all my other links are there, my website, my Facebook, my TikTok. I love my TikTok. I'm like really proud of it. I was very averse to it, but I'm using it intentionally. So yeah, it's cool. And I also just want to throw out there, I launched a coaching program where my first Maverick clients get a hefty discount. So I'm just throwing that out there. That pricing ends tomorrow. So there's a link. It's like the top link on my link tree, all about the coaching program. It's working with me once a week or once every other week for like a super low price because I'm asking for testimonials, video testimonials after our time together. So instead of trying to look through my menu of services and determine what you might need today, like let me do that for you. Let's just book an hour a week, and then some days we'll do Reiki, some days we'll do some meditation, some days we'll just chat, some days we'll do Akashic Records, some days we'll do card pulls. Like it's all just intuitively guided. So check that out. Thank you, Noose. I appreciate your donation. Bonnie says the Shift Network is presenting a free shamanic workshop to help you connect with your guides. Sandra Ingerman. Sandra. It skipped. I apologize for the glitches. My computer should be arriving over the weekend, if not early next week. I'm hoping that that will fix some of my issues. Thank you, Lindsay, for your donation. Very much appreciated. All right, so which animal spirit would like to work with us during this new moon intention? Here is the back of the cards if you'd like to send your energy into it. And we are asking our guides for an animal spirit to help us through these Taurus new moon intentions. Let's see. I'll be back on Monday after this. Monday we'll talk about Gemini season. Tuesday and Friday as well. I have classes scheduled on Insight Timer. We'll see. I'm just waiting for one more card. All right, so this deck gives the animal spirit and also the archangels that like work with this animal or something. I'm still learning this deck. However, the animal that came out for us this time is the elephant, along with archangels Mary and Raphael. And the message is open yourself to true abundance. Elephants originate from the Lacumae, the ascended aspect of Sirius. These wise, intelligent creatures hold in their energy fields a fifth-dimensional blueprint for family life within a perfect matriarchal society. Mothers are revered, and they recognize that play keeps the frequency high. They practice the divine feminine qualities of caring, devotion, and joyous, innocent fun. Bull elephants are kept away from the center of the family. These very psychic pachyderms, P-A-C-H-Y derms, These very psychic pachyderms are great telepathic communicators. Archangel Raphael directs healing through them. They link into Jupiter and its ascendant aspect, Junbei, the planet of enlightenment and cosmic abundance, to access the consciousness of prosperity, love, and happiness, which they spread. For centuries, Archangel Sandalphon has worked with elephants as they heal the ley lines. Now they are linking into their home star and, with Sandalphon, are building the new spiritual communication system for the approaching golden age. The elephant card reminds you to keep your frequency high by having more fun, playing, and being joyful. Whether you are male or female, practice divine feminine qualities within every area of your life to ensure that you have a strong and stable foundation for your spiritual life. Sit quietly and breathe into your third eye, tuning into the elephant kingdom and Archangel Raphael, the awesome emerald angel of healing and abundance. Then link into Jupiter and its ascendant aspect, Junbei, to call in perfect health and cosmic abundance to bathe your consciousness. Feel the energy permeate your cells and know the universe supports your divine perfection and heart's desire. Then send out a stream of light to help build the crystalline web of light around our planet. So beautiful, so joyful, so playful, so affirming of the rest of today's session. Lots of feminine energy in the skies right now, majority air and water. This card reminds us, like, cool it on the action. Receive, play, expand your consciousness, receive, open yourself up to abundance. It's trying to get in, just get out of your own way. Receive, rest, play, enjoy. Christine says, elephants make me so happy. I have them all over my house. I love it. I love it. I love it. There will be a description of this reading in the group that I have on Insight Timer called Our Spiritual Community. If you want to go back and reread over the messages, because I know that there's a lot that comes through. And if you want to re-watch this reading with slightly better quality, I record all of these and I put them on my YouTube channel. So just search my name on YouTube, subscribe there, and you can get the replays of everything that I do on Insight Timer there. Thank you guys for the suggestions with my connection. I have tried lots of things, and I'm trying something new. Chantel, I have been seeing elephant symbols since my granny died last July. I wonder if your grandma is coming back. Like she is presenting elephant energy as a way of connecting to you. I think that's beautiful. And here she is again. I love it. Go gentle. Allow your animal spirits to help you out. Maybe try that shape-shifting thing if that seems up your alley. I don't know. I think it's so cool. Happy new moon. Happy Mars in Leo. Happy fixed grand cross. Happy Gemini season. If this is not a loaded weekend, like, man. And loaded doesn't need to mean bad. Loaded just means like there's a lot going on. So enjoy it. But the sky right now is inviting us to pause, receive, witness. Stay in your joy. I'll be back on Monday talking about Gemini season, and I'll like update Mars and Leo and stuff. We'll go more into detail with all of that. And I will see you then. Love to all. Namaste. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for all the donations. They're very much appreciated. I'll see you on Monday.